The bridge of the Saturn Defense Station fell silent as Commander Kate Hawthorne stared at the message on her screen. Her hands trembled. After 15 years of space warfare, very little could shake her anymore. But this was different, ma'am. Lieutenant Paul Dixon stepped closer to her command chair. "Everything okay?" Kate took a deep breath. The message from the Galactic Council glowed with an urgent red border. Earth had been chosen. After centuries of human expansion into space, after all the colonies and wars between Earth's factions, the Council had finally picked their side. "Give me a secure line to Earth Command," she said, keeping her voice steady. Priority 1. Through the station's massive windows, Saturn's rings stretched across the black sky. Mining ships moved between them like tiny insects. Kate had fought pirates and rebels here, protected the supply lines, kept Earth's outer defenses strong. Now everything would change. The Council wanted Earth as their new military headquarters. It was an honor beyond imagination, a chance to unite all of humanity under one banner. But there was more. Kate's eyes locked onto the second part of the message. "Dixon, sound general quarters." Now, alarms blared through the station. Crew members ran to battle stations as Kate's fingers flew across her console. The tactical display lit up with new data. "Multiple ships just jumped in near Titan," Dixon reported. "Energy signatures match Colonial Strike Force designs." Kate's heart stopped. She knew those ships. She had helped design their weapon systems years ago, before the colonies broke away. Before her brother took command of their fleet. "Show me the lead ship," she ordered. The screen shifted. There it was, the Hyperion. Her brother's flagship. The same ship that had escaped her pursuit 6 times in the last 2 years. "They're charging weapons," Dixon said, reading multiple missile locks. Kate stood up, her mind racing. Council's message had warned of this. Earth had to prove itself worthy by surviving an attack from the rebel colonies. But they hadn't mentioned who would lead it. "All ships, battle formation Delta," she commanded. "Prepare to engage." But something felt wrong. She pulled up the Council's message again, scanning the details. They're hidden in the diplomatic language, a phrase that made her blood run cold. "Dixon, get me everything we have on Council communications from the last month. Every scrap of data, ma'am." "The enemy fleet now, Lieutenant. Yeah, there's something they're not telling us." The first missiles launched from the Hyperion, streaking across space toward the station. Kate watched them come, her mind spinning. The Council, her brother, this attack, it was all connected. But how? She opened a channel to her brother's ship. Maybe there was still time to understand the truth, before they had to kill each other. The screen crackled to life, and Kate saw what her brother was holding in his hands. The real Council message. The one that would change everything. Missiles streaked past the Saturn Defense Station as Kate's fleet engaged her brother's forces. She couldn't take her eyes off the screen, off the document Jack was holding. The real Council orders. "You need to see this, Kate." Jack's voice crackled through the comm. "They're using us. All of us." A blast rocked the station. Warning lights flashed across her console. "Direct hit on Deck 4, Dixon reported. "Shields at 60%. Kate's mind flashed back to their childhood. Jack teaching her to fly. Both of them dreaming of commanding ships among the stars. Now they were trying to kill each other. "Send me the file," she said to Jack. "Show me what was worth betraying Earth for." His face hardened. "I never betrayed Earth. I've been protecting it." Another explosion lit up space. 3 Earth ships against 5 colonial vessels trading fire near Saturn's rings. Ice and debris scattered like shrapnel. "Multiple hull breaches," Dixon called out. "We're losing power to weapons." The file appeared on Kate's screen. Her eyes widened as she read. The Council wasn't offering Earth a headquarters. They were turning it into a breeding ground for soldiers. Human soldiers to fight their wars across the galaxy. "It can't be true," she whispered. "Look at the authentication codes," Jack said. "Look at the dates." Wait. They've been planning this for years. Kate's hands clenched into fists. All those battles against the colonies. All those deaths. Had they been fighting the wrong enemy? "Commander?" Dixon pointed at the tactical display. 3 more ships just jumped in. Council peacekeepers. The massive Council ships appeared near Titan, weapons charged. Kate had seconds to decide. "All ships break off attack," she ordered. Fall back to defensive positions. Kate, listen to me. Jack's voice was urgent now. No, those aren't peacekeepers. They're here to make sure we kill each other, to test humanity's combat effectiveness. The Council ships opened fire. Mod at the Colonial fleet at both sides. Evasive maneuvers. Kate shouted. All ships scatter. The station shuddered as more hits landed. Sparks flew from damaged consoles. Through the chaos, Kate saw her tactical officer, Linda Chen, typing frantically at her station. Commander Chen called out, picking up encrypted transmissions between the Council ships. They're reporting combat data, analyzing our responses. Kate looked at her brother's face on the screen. At the document that proved they'd both been pawns in someone else's game. She thought of Earth, of all humanity, being turned into an army for masters they'd never even met. Jack, she said quietly, I need to know everything. The Council ships launched another barrage. But before Jack could answer, Chen's console lit up with new alerts. Commander, her voice shook. The Council ships, they're not just watching. They're broadcasting some kind of signal toward Earth, and our long-range sensors are showing massive energy readings from all major cities. The test wasn't just here in space. It had already begun on the ground. The Saturn Defense Station's emergency lights cast red shadows across Kate's face as she watched Earth's cities light up on the long-range scanners. The Council's signal was spreading like a virus through every defense system on the planet. They're activating something, Chen said, her fingers flying over the controls. Some kind of hidden programming in our military networks. Dixon grabbed his head suddenly, stumbling. Commander, something's wrong. It's a neural implants there. He collapsed along with half the bridge crew. Their military-issued neural enhancers were turning against them. Rip them out, Kate ordered, pulling her own implant from her neck. Blood trickled down her spine, but her mind stayed clear. They're trying to control us through the tech. Jack's voice cut through the chaos. Kate, this is what I've been fighting to prevent. The Council placed sleeper codes in every piece of military hardware they ever gave us. They're turning Earth's own armies into their puppets. More explosions rocked the station as the Council ships pressed their attack. Kate helped Dixon to his feet, his neck still bleeding from removing his implant. We need to warn Earth, she said. But the Council is blocking all standard channels. There might be a way. Chen pointed to her screen. The mining ships. Their old radio systems are too primitive for the Council to hack. Kate nodded. Send the warning. Tell them to shut down all advanced tech before Commander. Dixon's shout made them all turn. Through the station's windows, they watched in horror as one of Earth's ships turned its weapons on its own allies. Its crew, still connected to their neural implants, were no longer in control. Get us out of here, Kate ordered. Emergency thrusters only, nothing computerized. The station shuddered as its ancient backup systems engaged. They began to move slowly away from the battle. Kate, Jack's face on the screen was grim. There's more. The Council, they didn't just choose Earth for soldiers. They chose us because we're expendable, because we're good at killing each other. What do you mean, the documents I found? Earth isn't the first world they've done this to. They find warlike species, make them fight, take the survivors as troops. Then they burn the planet clean and move on. Kate's blood ran cold. How long? Until their signal reaches full strength? Hours, maybe less. Then every soldier with an implant becomes their slave, and the orbital platforms they helped us build. They're not defense stations, they're planet killers. The station rocked with another hit. Warning sirens blared as new alerts filled the screens. Commander Chen called out, her voice shaking. The Council ships are moving toward Earth, and I'm detecting more jumping in from deep space. Kate looked at her brother's face, at her wounded crew, at the battle raging around them. Everything they had fought for, everything they had built, was about to become a weapon against them. Then Dixon spoke up from his tactical station. Commander, there's something else. The mining ships got a response from Earth, but it's not from military command. Who then? It's from Dr. Sarah Hawthorne, your mother. She says she knows what the Council really is. She knows how to stop them. Kate stared at her mother's message, her mind racing. Sarah Hawthorne had been Earth's leading expert on Council technology before she disappeared 3 years ago. Everyone thought she was dead. Mom found something, Jack said through the comm. What? Something they didn't want her to know. That's why she went into hiding. Another blast shook the station. Through the windows, Kate watched two more Earth ships turn against their allies, their crews now puppets of the Council's signal. "Chen, get me that mining channel," Kate ordered. "Mom, if you're there, we need answers now." Static crackled, then cleared. Sarah's voice came through, weak but determined. "Kate, Jack, listen carefully. The Council isn't what we thought. They're not aliens or gods. They're humans." The bridge fell silent. Kate's hands gripped her command chair. "Humans from another timeline," Sarah continued. "They destroyed their Earth centuries ago. Now they move between realities, harvesting soldiers from each version of humanity they find." Dixon's tactical display lit up with new warnings. "Commander, the Council ships are charging their main weapons. They're targeting Earth's major cities." "Mom, how do we stop them?" Kate's voice was steady, but her heart pounded. "Their control signal has a weakness. It can't penetrate lead shielding. That's why the mining ships are safe. And that's why I hid here in the deep mines under Alaska." Kate looked at Jack's face on the screen. He nodded. They both understood. "The mining ships," they said together. "All ships, new orders," Kate commanded. "Strip the lead shielding from every mining vessel we have, and we need to protect Earth's defense platforms before the Council can use them against us." "Kate," Sarah's voice was urgent now, "there's more. I found their dimensional anchor. The device that lets them stay in our reality. It's on their command ship. Destroy it, and they'll snap back to their own timeline." The station rocked with another hit. Emergency lights flickered. "Commander," Chen shouted. The Council's signal just got stronger. Earth's orbital platforms are powering up their main guns. Kate saw it through the windows. Massive defense platforms around Earth, built with Council help, were turning their planet-killing weapons toward the surface. "How long?" she asked. 10 minutes until they have firing solutions on every major city." Kate looked at her crew, their necks still bleeding from ripped-out implants. At her brother's face, determined and ready. At the mining ships, slow but protected by their simple lead hulls, she made her decision. "Jack, get your ships ready. We're going to ram that command ship." "Kate, no." Sarah's voice broke. "The dimensional shock would tear any ship apart. Not if it's protected by lead shielding." Kate turned to her crew. "Strip this station. Every panel, every shield. We're going to wrap this whole command center in lead and punch straight through their defenses." New alarms blared. The tactical display showed more Council ships arriving. 5 minutes to orbital platform firing, Chen reported. Then Dixon spoke up, his face pale. "Commander, we just lost contact with the Alaska mines. Your mother's signal, it just ... ended." The Saturn defense station groaned as mining ships welded the last lead panels to its hull. Inside, Kate watched the countdown timer. 3 minutes until Earth's defense platforms would fire.
Our mom knew this would happen.
Jack's voice was tight with emotion. She sent that message knowing they would trace it. Sacrificed herself to give us this chance. "Then we make it count," Kate said. "All crews to crash positions. Plot us a straight course through their fleet." The station's engines burned hot as they turned toward Earth. Ahead, 12 Council ships guarded their massive command vessel. Its dimensional anchor pulsed with strange energy. 2 minutes, Chen reported. "Defense platforms are locked on all major cities." Kate opened a channel to all ships. "This is Commander Hawthorne. Today we learn the truth about humanity's place in the universe. We are not alone because there are aliens out there. We are not alone because there are other versions of us twisted by time and hatred. Today we show them which version of humanity is stronger." The station accelerated, its lead armor gleaming. Jack's colonial ships fell into formation alongside. 1 minute, Chen called out. The Council ships opened fire. Energy beams splashed against the lead shielding. Inside, the crew held on as the station shuddered. "Their weapons are having minimal effect," Dixon reported. "The lead is working." Kate saw the command ship growing larger in her view. She thought of her mother, fighting alone in those mines. Of all the humans, through all the timelines who had fallen to these invaders. 30 seconds, Jack, Kate said quietly. "If we don't make it, find another Earth. Warn them. We'll make it," he answered. Mom always said we were too stubborn to die. The command ship filled their view now. Its dimensional anchor pulsed faster, sensing the threat. 10 seconds until platforms fire. Kate took a deep breath, all power to engines. Brace for impact. The station slammed into the command ship's hull like a bullet. Metal screamed. Decks buckled. Warning sirens blared as they punched deeper into the massive vessel. 5 seconds. Through the breaking viewport, Kate saw the dimensional anchor. It was beautiful and terrible. A window into another reality. Their reality. Now, she screamed. The station's remaining weapons fired point blank. The anchor exploded in a burst of impossible light. Space itself seemed to tear open. Kate felt reality twist around them. Through the chaos, she saw the council ships starting to fade, pulled back to their own timeline. The control signal weakened. Earth's platforms powered down. Then everything went white. When Kate opened her eyes, she was floating in space, near Saturn. The station was in pieces around her. Emergency beacons blinked in the darkness. Her radio crackled. Kate, do you copy, Jack? Did we? Look at Earth. She turned. The defense platforms were dark. The council ships were gone. And there, rising from the Alaska mines, a single transport ship. Kate, Jack? Sarah Hawthorne's voice came through clear and strong. Let's go home. We have other timelines to save.